Hello and welcome back to the EDITRON YouTube channel. It's me, Callum, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're here reacting to Doctor Who Season 2, Episode 6. Yeah, 6. The Interstellar Song Contest. We're here to react to it. Now, it's been a couple of days since it's been out. I've had to delay it because I had a very busy weekend. Was out all day in London on Saturday. You probably can guess why if you are in the know. Great day out for a lot of people. I was very happy because certain team lost and I was there for it and it was very good fun. Anywho, we're here without any further delay to watch the next episode of Season 2. Last time was The Story in the Engine, an episode I didn't think was very good, unfortunately. I didn't think it was great. Every episode that comes out just makes me feel like less and less enthused to watch the season as it goes. I've just been very disappointed with this season. While everybody online says this is the best season since, like, series 10, but I'm baffled by that. I have found this season there's such a lack of character between the Doctor and Belinda, and just I'm perplexed. Unlike the Ark and how it's all weaving together and how it's actually going to make satisfying sense and narratively will be concluded in a way that I think is any good. It feels a lot like last season. If anything, I preferred last season over this season easily. Even if I didn't like last season that much, there were still moments that I felt like were more in line with what I thought we were going to get from Russell coming back to this season, where this season has felt very, very undercooked. So, but this is the episode I've been least looking forward to the most since the start of, like, the announcing of all the episodes and the writers. This is an episode that I don't care about Eurovision. I don't care. So I didn't watch it, don't watch it, so I don't care. So that kind of story doesn't really interest me. But from the things I've seen and heard, there are other things I guess I'm more not looking forward to that I didn't expect to really be a part of this episode. So without further ado, let's watch the Interstellar Song Contest, or Episode 6, Season 2 of Doctor Who. Oh my god, it's a cat lady. Oh god. If you had told me just a couple years ago that he would be a part of Doctor Who, I would have called you crazy. But here he is. He's here out on stage on an episode of Doctor Who. Hello, Jock.
All we need is 2 minutes.
We'll say that green screen does not look that great. As soon as it becomes something that she's interested in, she's like, we need to stay and watch this. There's been such a lack of conflict between the two since episode 1, and I just knew, I just had a feeling that was going to be the case, that there was going to be hardly any back and forth between Belinda and the Doctor, despite now this being her sort of 5th or 6th adventure, and she's not been like, have you actually been trying to get me home? God, how many viewers that is? Fucking hell, it's 3 trillion. Also, I like the amount of different aliens we're seeing. Oh, there she is. Mrs. Flood, what are you doing here?
I knew it. I knew that you would enjoy it, finally being with me.
Thank you, Doctor. That's the final link.
I wonder if it's these words.
She's linked with the Vindicator for our adventures, and that's why she's been turning up. Okay.
It's hardly important, Gary. It's just songs.
I'm not even going to dignify that with the risk. Actually, no, I will, because it is not just songs, Mike. It's part of who I am. And when you make fun of it, it's like you're making fun of it. How many times? Why won't you do something? This is my ticket card. Mine. Now, would you do your job? Please.
I don't get why writers don't redo dialogue. It's like we just blast through with all the character of, like, what the story is, what are these characters, what their conflict is. None of that was natural. It's also, you need to redraft your scripts. You need to.
Although it's a shame they're gonna miss the show.
Oh my god, it's like Bonnie and Clyde. except taking over
You have no idea.
Eurovision.
It's time.
If they change it to like instead of countries, it's planets. That'd feel like the natural progression if it was still around at this point.
Brother, my name is Kid. I'm a big fan. Who's Kid? This is the greatest song contest in the universe, so as you would say, let's raise the roof.
Uh-oh. Shutting down. There goes the bubble.
Do you know my favorite kind of music?
What, mate?
Pop.
Oh, so camp. Jesus. That's definitely not horrifying at all. Wah! Alright, Wario. That's a good shot. That's a pretty cool shot.
The dress rehearsal is still broadcasting. The arena is purged.
Right.
It's not too late. You could still save those people.
Except I'm
Busy!
a delta wave.
A delta wave?
It's phase 3.
Wow, what a reference to Series 1. A delta wave. Remember when that was used like in Series 1 and it was like so good? Man, Series 1 is great.
My mum and dad will just sit there, waiting, like, forever. I don't even know where I am.
You're on the Harmony Station.
Where's that?
Sector Diamond 5.
But where's that?
West of Van Gossiter.
But where's that? Where the hell am I?
What's your name?
I don't know why you're playing like a silly song while she's having like a massive breakdown.
It's something new. Like the software's rewriting everything. But what for?
That was such a strange what for. Why would you just say that? What for? God.
You can still help
Dialogue
those
has been a bit
people.
of a struggle this
So you
episode.
save that contestant.
Don't say a word.
Go back. Go back. Grandfather. Go back.
Yeah. I knew about this, but why? Feels random. That felt... I knew about that. That feels quite random to just have, so there has to be a meaning behind it.
What's he doing?
Not exactly fall to doomsday.
Gary, medical kit on the wall. Break the seal and bring it to me. You're gonna be okay. Now hold on.
Never seen you at work before.
Good, because that would mean you're very ill. And I don't want that. Now this might hurt.
Oh, please. Fix up the dialogue. I beg you. Please. Don't just say things like Carol's like, oh, I've never seen you at work before.
Oh,
You can
better.
just talk like normal people.
Not just floating, they're in Mavitic suspension. In a state of preservation.
Mavitic. I do think the Mavity joke is great, but there needs to be a payoff on it at some point. It's all every episode. It's only Shooty that I'm enjoying. Out of everything that all these episodes, Shooty is the only one that I feel like is genuinely trying to put forward that he is the Doctor. He's the only one that I'm actually convinced about out of anybody, which is a real shame. I want these scripts to be like good because he clearly is capable of it. It's not like during the Chibnall era where Jodie's Doctor character didn't fit with what her style of acting is and what she's good at. Yet Shooty is just high energy, everything bouncing around, and it works. It's just the stories and scripts are not good. This is the part of the era that works. The direction and the framing and all that. That all stuff works. And like moments like this, it's like what, which is annoying because it feels like it can break out into like its full potential, but at the moment it's not.
Craft. They've got these horns. People say they give them psychic powers.
Yeah, people say that a lot. About species they don't understand.
It's so weird having coming off Andor and like the Gorman arc about like propaganda and how they set up so much of like the influence of the Empire putting like this propaganda against Gormans and how well done that was, and then to have a story like this that is quite basic in that.
Hyperlinks, dazzle filters, retroscope, beeline blockers.
It's unfortunate.
I swore that I'd get her home. I keep thinking
Why?
Have you found that hyperlink?
Why is Susan now suddenly a thing? That's what I'm wondering.
The Doctor, the last of the Time Lords.
Good name for a band.
And now you're threatening 3 trillion people. Except I am here, telling you, no.
If you come anywhere near the gallery, I'll purge the airlocks and clear the whole station.
I will survive, and I will find you. And you can run and hide and whimper all you like, but I will find you, because you have put ice in my heart, darling, and watch you freeze to death.
That's not him.
The delta wave is at 95%. You need to enter the final calibration.
Juno, can you please just... You don't have to have a character to outwardly say everything. They can just sit and react. That's totally fine.
This conversation is over.
She can be frozen by what he's saying and sort of just be like internally thinking about what he's just said and like, oh my god, that's something completely new that he said, and you have that explored throughout the episode.
Before anyone asked her his name.
How'd you know so much about Hellions, Cora?
Because you are one?
Because I'm one of them.
Yeah, that makes sense. No hair. Oh fucking hell! They quite literally ripped it off the back of her head. Yeah, probably honey. Saw it earlier.
For honey. My planet was invaded for honey flavoring. He's out to get revenge. And that includes every single viewer.
You know him.
It's weird how close this is to Andor's Gorman arc. Like, the fact that this was released so close to that actually happening like 2-3 weeks ago.
That's me.
Oh, very convenient that you had a nurse and whatever that name was called. If he didn't, this whole plot would be to shit. Yeah. There's a, you know what's annoying? There's a story here that could have been told really well, and it's not. It's not really the story I thought it'd be, but there's a story here, and it's unfortunately just full of really awful dialogue and just conveniences.
If you insist.
Holograms.
In case I do this.
Well, there goes the data wave.
Big mistake. See, the thing about holograms is they're kind of soft, and they fizz, and they crackle, and they're kind of no use unless you're me, and you convert them into hard light.
Okay, so you're beating them now. You've beaten them out, Doc. Like, it's done.
How many people did you want to kill? 3 trillion?
This is really... We went from 0 to 100 real fucking quick. Like, the Doctor would try to understand, even if he was, like, insanely angry. Before doing this, he would ask, why? What are you doing? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to achieve? What is the reasoning for it? So strange. This is such a weak way to get to this moment of him doing something he majorly regrets. And she just goes and hugs him and not backs away in fear.
What have you ever done, Cora?
Except hide.
Get them out of here. Shuttle them to the Justice Monolith.
Oh, this is such a bad way to do this story.
So you take care.
Are we going to see him again at some point then? Is that what the setup is? Or just the fact the Doctor's changed? God, this feels so weird. This is such a weird way of trying to get to that moment. Like, there was so little development on it. It just went to 0 to 100, like, in 20 minutes. There's so many other races like this that have tried to do that kind of stuff. Like, and the Doctor, at the very least, would try to go and understand, even if he majorly hates what they're doing. And he didn't really, as far as I remember, didn't really even attempt to try and get him to like stop. It's really badly executed. Oh, Rylan.
What happened?
Oh, you came back from the dead.
Sums up my career.
Now, can you do that 100,000 times? Yeah.
This is such a strange episode. It is tonally all over the place.
Come on, Rylan, do your stuff.
Now, the actual contest is a little bit null and void, what with us nearly dying and everything. She looks well. But
The corporation tried to hide. The song of my home planet, Helia, to remind us of the world that we lost. To remember a civilization. I tore my war, we tongue I slow. Lost papa, did a wapa, non ves long, morning greet, putroica, yeah, how I stood.
Yeah, the writer really thought she had done something, and it's, ugh, man. There's a story here, there's a really good story here, and this just ate it.
Good girl.
Oh no! Well, now they're there. Oh no, he's crying. Oh, this story is just, man, this is such a weak story. It's crazy, man. So annoying. There was a way to make this story good, and they just the execution of it was just so off. So, do you want to talk about what happened, Belinda, at all?
I don't think I've ever told you. You're wonderful.
Do you not want to fucking talk about what happened during the story, Belinda? Or are you a one-note character, like I thought you'd be?
You scared me back there.
Yeah, scared you, and...
I scared myself. Because they all died.
This is such a weak reasoning.
single second.
It's so weak.
Every last time, Lord. I got this image.
Grandfather?
It can't.
Yeah, Susan's gonna turn up in the finale.
To get you home.
That's what's gonna happen.
Poor old Earth died many years ago.
Hologram, explain.
It is said the planet disintegrated into rock and dust and ashes. All the memories here were sieved from the rubble of a civilization that died in a single second.
Better get back quickly.
Find out. We finally have enough readings on the Vindicator. This thing is working. Belle, I am not just gonna take you home. I am gonna save your home.
What's happening?
That is the sound of May the 24th.
Oh, Jesus.
Here we go. This is the last one.
Hello? Mrs. Flood, hello.
I'm afraid my double brainstem froze. Lethal for a time, lady. But I've got my own knack for survival. Let battle begin.
Ah,
Well, they never taught me that at lessons.
really don't like bi-generation.
How did you... You both the same person?
Unfortunately,
How do you get it instantly?
yes,
What?
our name is Veronica.
Oh my
Although
God.
she's become
a Rani, while I'm the Rani.
Hi, the Rani.
Definite. As for the doctor, oh, I will bring him absolute terror. That's what I said. Shut up. Yes, ma'am.
Oh boy, that. Oh man, that was rough. That was a rough final scene. That dialogue was pretty horrific. Alright, so that was the Interstellar Song Contest. Not the story I thought it'd be before watching it. But however, that's... Oh, wow. Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry, that was pretty bad. That was quite terrible. It's a story which is a very heavy subject at the moment about propaganda and that. Very, again, like I mentioned in the reaction, very similar to what happened with Andor, but slightly different. Because that was taking time and effort and a lot of work put into that story of the Gormans, and everything that happened there really built up to this moment of the people taking over the planet. It's a similar subject. This felt so poorly executed. The Doctor having that reaction to people trying to kill 3 trillion people. Yes, you'd be angry. Yes, you'd be wanting revenge in some sort of way. But at the same time, he would also be trying to figure out why they're doing this. What is their motivation? He wouldn't just go, bang to 100, I'm going to watch you die and enjoy you suffering. That is not how it works. That's not how he does things. That's not how he's ever done things. And and before this episode, I saw so many people relating this to other Doctor Dark moments, like Family of Blood, Waters of Mars. Those stories had so much build up to those moments where you see the progression of the story, especially Water of Mars. That was a point where 4 seasons of TV led to that moment. You can't just go from 0 to 100. He just seeing someone trying to kill 3 trillion people like so many other people would. The fact that there was such a weak. There was no sympathy for him at all. He was just... The Doctor summed him up as just someone who likes killing and not someone who is doing it for reasons, even if completely wrong, of killing people, which is wrong. The fact that he doesn't even contemplate what his motivation is and why he's doing it, and just resorting it to, you just enjoy killing, you're using it as an excuse. That is so bad. That is awful execution of this story. And fucking hell, the dialogue in this episode was fucking horrific. And the fact that Belinda didn't at all recoil in just like, oh, I've been traveling with you for these last couple of adventures and I actually don't know you at all. There's something about you that I don't know, and that should frighten me and be very scared of you. The end of this episode should not have been them hugging and being all cute and like, you scare me sometimes because I don't know you very well, but I think you're wonderful, Doctor. That was so bad. Belinda at the end of this story, and it would perfectly go into the finale. These next 2 episodes would of her being like, Doctor, I've realised I actually don't know you, and you've put this front of being bubbly, exciting, fun, just the wonders of the universe you've been displaying on a plate for me as we've been trying to get me back home. But when I wasn't with you, you showed your true colours. That's how she should be reacting. Surely, like, at the minute they're not together, she goes and sees him react that way, which in of itself, it's like 0 to 100 instantly, and it was so poorly executed. From Belinda's perspective, she should be going, oh, he's not who I thought he was at all. I thought he was wonderful, and he's actually like violent and sadistic. And she should be like, Doctor, I'm begging you. I want to go home. I want to go home. I don't want to keep doing this now that I've seen parts of you that I don't like and that I'm scared of. And that's what should have been the ending of this episode. Like, a depressing ending of, like, she goes into the TARDIS and then the Graham Norton hologram explains everything, and you can still do that. I don't get it. It's so strange. This episode was just horrific. There's so many conveniences with characters who are... You had a nurse and a guy who literally could do holograms so that they could actually make sure the stuff that the guy was doing with the Delta Wave just didn't happen. It was fucking hell. This was an absolute disaster of an episode. I cannot believe this episode. And this story could have actually been good. That's the problem. This kind of story is important to tell right now. And you've got to be careful what you're doing. You need to think about all the actions that these characters are taking and acknowledge what's happening, because there was no acknowledgement of the fact that what the Doctor did was insane, and the fact that none of the Belinda just didn't say anything. She didn't say anything. She fucking went and hugged him. The second he saw him, like, oh, I am befuddled by this episode. This was easily the worst episode. I think that a lot of this season has been pretty poor, but this episode in particular was horrific. This was a horrific episode, and I expected this to be... I didn't expect to enjoy this episode, but I didn't think it would go like this. I just thought it'd be like, it just cringes me out a bit. That's what I thought it was going to be, and it turned out to be fucking just an absolute executed mess of a story in every way. Fucking hell. This was really bad. This was really bad. Fucking hell. That was horrific. Such a, again, lack of character. And then you put character that is just got 0 to 100 instantly with the Doctor. That is just like... And people just think, just because the Doctor is dark, and it compares to other moments like Eccleston or Tennant or Smith or Capaldi, where dark moments are... Sometimes it wasn't always perfect. I think more with Capaldi, my issues lie, and Smith at times where it didn't work. With Eccleston and Tennant, you completely got it, and you got the progression of Eccleston, especially those first 6 episodes where we see and slowly learn about all these things that happened with the Time Lords and what happened, and there was a war, finding out about the Daleks, who are a threatening villain from the classic Who series, and his reaction and his journey throughout that entire episode, leading to that moment at the end when Rose tells him, what the hell are you changing into? And he pauses and realises what's happening to him. And that's sort of the beginning of like his journey to try and become better. But then when you get to Tennant, when you get towards the Mars, it's this story of like, no, I'm a Time Lord. I can do what I want. I'm the last one. And then realising the repercussions of that and what he's actually turning into, something different and worse. And that powerful moment where Adelaide kills herself, of him realising he's going too far, he's losing himself, and he's toxic and changed. Fantastic stuff, because there's build-up and there's actions and consequences with every episode's actions. Even if the episodes aren't great at times, there was still something building up to that moment in Waters of Mars. This is just so inherently rushed and 0 to 100 instantly without any justification of, well, the guy's killing 3 trillion people. It's like, there's so many other species the Doctor has seen that kills people. Doesn't matter if it's 10 or 3 trillion. It's sadistic killing, but the Doctor doesn't instantly go, I'm going to watch you die and enjoy it and make sure you suffer. It's fucking befuddling how insane this episode is. I am so perplexed. This was so awful. This was such a bad episode. Man. And then not even talking about the Rani stuff at the end. That scene was pretty horrific. Just dialogue and again, I'm beginning to really hate Bi Generation. I didn't like it in the giggle. I don't like it. I think it's silly. But this, fucking hell, I'm like perplexed by why Russell has done this and not just... Oh, man. Jesus. Oh, God, this is... Yeah. And again, and the reason why I was only slightly fine with what happened with the Bi-Generation and the Geeker was because of the toy maker. This just fucking happens. It just happens. And it's just like, people keep saying like, yeah, but Bi-Generation isn't meant to be illogical. It's like a myth. It's like, oh man, fucking hell. I am fucking so annoyed by this episode. This is so bad. Ranking and rating. Oh, fucking. This is like a 3 out of 10. This is such a bad episode. This is so awful. And I didn't expect to like it anyway, but I didn't think it'd be like this. It was completely not what I expected it to be, and it was just, Jesus, wow. Well, I'm done talking about it because I can't be asked. I don't want to talk about this episode anymore because I really dislike that a lot. So yeah, what did you think? Am I being crazy and harsh on it, or is it actually as it is just not good? This is really really bad. I'm not looking to the finale at all now, even though that would be slightly different, obviously, to this. It's obviously Russell writing it, not writing this. But man, I have just not I've not enjoyed this season at all. Lux is probably the one episode I think I could actually easily go back and watch, and happily do so. Other than the second half, all the other episodes, I'm just like, fucking hell, this is just, I don't get it. All right, well that was that. Trying to end a bit more positively. Acting was great from Shooty though. That's the only thing I can give this episode praise of. It's just a shame that the character doesn't work. But yeah, that's that. Next 2 weeks are the finale. Next will be Wish World. Yeah, and we've got that to look forward to in a couple of days. So yeah, thank you for watching this reaction. A bit more energized and vocal this time round because there was a lot to talk about. So yeah, thank you guys for watching so much. And I'll see you next week for Wish World, episode 7 of season 2. See you then.